Hello. For this reflection, I will be talking a little bit about Zora Neale Hurston. So, Zora Neale Hurston, she was born January 2nd, 1891 in Natasuga, Alabama, if I'm pronouncing that right. When she was little, she moved to Eatonville, Florida. She barely talked about where she was born in Alabama. She mostly referred to Eatonville, Florida, when she talked about anything in her books. And when she moved to Eatonville, Florida, she was always surrounded by Black excellence. It was someone that was always Black in a high position that she saw, and it inspired her to, you know, be better and become a scholar. When she moved to Eatonville. She always bumped heads with her father. Her father was a preacher, and she, as a preacher, they always want the best for their daughter. They always wanted to grow up in church, and she wanted to do the opposite. She wanted to go for her dreams and, do what she aspired to be. And her mom always told her to reach for the stars. And when her mother passed when she was 13, her arguments with her dad got even worse, and her dad ended up remarrying a woman that was only 3 years older than Hurston, which made her clash with the new worldly wife. And the father would neglect his children from his late wife, and that made Hurston mad. And she got into a fist fight with the new wife and almost killed the new wife. So with that being said, she moved on to focus on taking odd jobs to help finish school. But with the jobs that came, she couldn't finish school. So she continued to do odd jobs until she was 26. And when she saw that about the qualifications of getting free schooling at a certain age, she faked her age of her being, I think, 13 or around 16, so she could finish school. She had the baby face, and the her body still made it seem like she was young. So with her personality, she was always had great humor. She was always nice, funny. And with that, she was able to meet people like Ethel Waters, Langston Hughes, and Sterling Brown. And Sterling Brown himself said that she was the life of the party. And these are just the major works that Hurston published: Every Tongue Got to Confess, Millborn, Tell My Horse, Moses Man on the Mountain, Mills and the Men, Seraph on the Serani, and Their Eyes Watching God. Houston passed away January 28th, 1960, at the age of 69 from a stroke. She had no money from the works that she produced, no financial rewards. And when she passed away, she was basically poor. And she had to get buried in an unmarked grave. She had no headstone. And before she even passed away, she knew that she wouldn't have any money. So she wrote to Dubois, sorry if I'm pronouncing that right. She wrote to him about having some type of funding for scholars who are poor to be able to be buried properly, but he denied it. So she was basically buried with no headstone, no flowers, no nothing. But by one lady who was inspired by Hurston work, by name Alice Walker. She wanted to pay her respects to Hurston for the inspiration she had got from her. And when she went to go visit the grave, it was a bunch of weed, it was snake fested, and she took it upon herself to give her a headstone, and she marked the grave saying, Zora Neale Hurston, a genius of the South. So that concludes my reflection for the week. That was just a little bit information about Zora Neale Hurston and her background and how she came to publish her work and all the way till she died. Thank you.